Mikey Pipes? An Air Force None?
It's also me.
It's like a mini-me. Yeah. Well, Connor's more like a mini-me.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say mini.
Yeah, you look more like your mother. Oh! We're on our way to our next service call. It is in Inwood. Customer we've been to before. Got a steam boiler. It's not heating. And we'll see what's going on. I know it's a Burnham. And I know this guy's not driving. What a purpose. All right, stay tuned if you want to learn about steam. Let's get going, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button, too. I appreciate it in advance. Hi, how are you?
Straight down here.
Okay. When did it stop working?
Probably yesterday. Because last night it didn't turn on, but the day before it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. Should be careful even using the stove to heat, by the way.
Yeah,
Be careful.
I just left it on since I was here. I was going to turn that on.
All right,
And I was drinking coffee. Right here.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Burnham steam boiler. Okay. Looks like we have a sight glass full of water, to be honest with you, or it's empty. I'm gonna guess it's full of water. Got a fan in a can here. All right. We have a sprinkler head. Now, let's see what's going on. We got tools here already. So one of the first things I like to do is make sure that the spill switch on the back of the boiler, you know, which is usually connected to the that. Make sure we reset that. And this, I guess it's okay. There's no clicking action going there, but we're gonna leave this right there to remind us to put that back in. Now, one other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a hammer and start beating you in the head with it.
Just make sure it kills me.
Okay. No, but seriously, we have pressure trough. You know why I did that? I banged on the pressure trough because if like the pigtail was clogged, sometimes that'll do the trick. All right, but okay. And let's just check the relief valve. Make sure it's a 15 psi relief valve, which it is a 30 psi relief valve. So we have the wrong relief valve on this boiler. We have the spill switch not in place where it should be. And we have no heat. So I guess they're kind of fortunate that we're here. All right, I turned the thermostat on. All right. Our fan in the can kicked on. And now we have ignition. Interesting. So, right, resting on top of the boiler and automatic feeder. I got a, looks like there've been parts changers here. There's the feeder, there's the low water cutoff. Pressure control. So I'm wondering, I know it's not as simple as just turning on the thermostat. And this definitely was full of water. Too much water in here. Look at that, coming out with pressure. Damn. I'm gonna keep count on how many gallons we take out. Alright, well that's 2. Alright. And that's 3. Oh, that's not 3?
It's number 4.
That's number 4. Damn! All right, number 5. And number 6. Still no end in sight. 6 5-gallon buckets of water so far, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys. I want you to take a guess down in the comment section down below. How many buckets of water are we going to take out of this boiler? We are on bucket number 7 right now. All right, so pause and take a guess down in the comment section down below. The first 3 winners or the first 3 correct guesses are going to win a long sleeve Bosch and Pipe Doctor long sleeve t-shirt. I got them available in medium. I have a couple left in extra large, 2X and 3X. So for all you big guys out there, I got you covered. Mikey Pipes got you covered. Number 7. And look at that. It's gonna be 7.5 buckets.
It's gonna be 8.
7.5. Oh, it's gonna be 8?
Yeah.
I think so? Yeah. All right. That's a great question. We're gonna ask her. So we're on bucket number 8. So, for everyone who guessed 8 buckets, email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com, and I will send you a free Let's Go Bosch t-shirt. You know why I'm gonna send them a t-shirt?
Why is that?
Because sharing is caring. I love you, you love me, we're one.
Can you grab that hammer again and smack me over the head?
Sure, why not? All right, we are halfway.
Give me
So
a turn
I want you to empty it because we're going to test the low water cutoff and making sure that works. All right. For some reason, there was 8 5-gallon buckets of water in this boiler that it shouldn't have needed. And we're going to see if the low water cutoff is functioning. We're going to test the water feeder, and we're going to see what's going on with this bad boy. While we're waiting for the boiler to finish draining, let's just go over some of the piping arrangements on top of the boiler. On the top of the Burnham boilers, we have a tapping on the left, tapping on the right, and you'll always see that attention, this yellow sticker. Make sure you plug the second supply if not used. I always use them on 6 sections, and we recently started doing them on 5. So we come up with a minimum of 24 inches from the top of the boiler, which is right around there, right? Good, to here. And this needs to be 24 inches. It says that in the manual, and that's what it needs to be, because when the water is boiling here, right, it's violently, being crazy. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You guys see that? Look at that. That's a Warren McLean gas boiler. Steam boiler. And look at that. Steam violently exploding up there. Special shout out to Gordon. Check him out. Check out his channel. I'll put a link down in the description box down below. He's a steam head just like me. He's a good guy. Check out his channel and subscribe. All right. The low water cutoff is active. We're going to close that off for right now. Automatic feeder is feeding. We're going to turn the power off. I want to finish draining the boiler. I want to start from scratch. Start from fresh. Drain the boiler completely. Get all the crap out of the bottom of the boiler that we can, and start over. And then we're going to ask questions. We're going to ask the homeowner, when's the last time the system was serviced? Now, I know I was here on the 22nd of October of 21 to do a tune-up, and at which point we found that the wet return, which goes all the way that way, was leaking water, and someone decided to not use me, and they installed some galvanized piping there. So yeah, they did that. But I want to find out, because I did not recall seeing this when I was here last time, and someone's been playing with this, because this is a new relief valve right there. The spill switch, spill switch not being secured where it should be. Not good, not a good sign. So we need to ask the right questions. It's okay. I have a couple questions. Number 1, I know we were here in October. Any repairs since then? I know the line's been replaced, but any repairs in the boiler?
No, just the pipe that needed to be changed.
Okay, because there's a couple things that I saw that's wrong in the boiler that weren't there in October.
Really?
Yeah, the relief valve was changed.
That I don't know. I didn't think that they changed. I don't think that
Someone changed the relief valve because the old relief valve was on top of the boiler. They put the wrong one in.
All right, hold on.
No, hold on.
No, let me see which one because there's a couple of pieces that were placed before.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the one. Show me which one.
Let me show you. When I got here, the thermostat was off, so we turned it on. Right. The boiler came on, and I'm looking at the sight glass, which is that glass. That right? Right.
Okay.
And if you can't tell if there's any water in it, I always assume it's full. So we started. Yes. So we started draining 9 buckets worth of water, 5-gallon buckets.
Okay.
So, question is, how did all that water get inside the boiler? Like you're staring at.
He lifts that valve up because he made me lift it up today 3 times. My husband's out the country.
Okay.
So therefore.
So you're the man of the house.
Yes.
Or you're in charge.
I'm the one that's in charge.
You're in charge
here.
Okay.
Dealing with 30-degree weathers at night.
All right. Now, okay. So now let's take a step back. Now, why is he having you lift this lever up?
I have no idea. He says that that's the way that it's supposed to like turn on for some reason, and I doubt it. But I'm not here to question him.
But it's good. It's good to question because then you'll learn something, right? So the amount of water that we took out of this boiler, I'm surprised that there isn't any water coming out of the radiator air valves.
Oh, okay.
You know those little silver things on each radiator, right? Those let out air because the system, the piping is normally empty. You know, and
they probably didn't allow the water to come out because they were just changed.
Oh, we gotta see those.
Yeah.
Let's see what they put in.
Yeah, because those were changed, and the guy that changed it said that they were like from years ago, like from.
Those
were leaking. They were the old ones that were like circular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were leaking.
So you have a steam boiler. I'm just give you a little bit of a quick education where you can easily understand, right?
Okay.
That's sight glass. The water level you should be able to see, and it should be around halfway full.
Until halfway.
Just halfway.
Okay.
If you don't see it, you drain. And what we did, we took a bucket, we took it right here, and we kept draining. Literally 9 buckets of water. Technically, it was 8.
Oh, so if you don't see it, you have to assume
it's empty, right? And if nothing comes out, then you know the boiler's empty, right? But for example, you have a valve on this side. See this red thing right here? Yeah. You also have one on the other side. Okay. But when we went to the other side, would have been easier to use. The one that's over there. See this one right here? This one. All right. But when we opened it, nothing came out. Why is that? The valve's clogged, it's dirty. You know, no one ever uses it. But so we went to the other one and literally 8 buckets. We did 9 because I wanted to drain the boiler completely. Okay. The sight glass needs to be halfway full. Okay. Now when I first walked in the door, you said it was working, then it stopped working, then it worked again, and it stopped working.
Yesterday it wasn't working at all. But before that, it was working. But I lowered the temperature because it got too hot. Too warm. Yeah. Correct. Then when we tried to put it back on yesterday, it wouldn't go on at all.
Now, when you say it went on at all, did you actually come down to the boiler and see it, or you just turned the thermostat and nothing happened?
I turned the thermostat and nothing happened.
Okay. After X amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So based on how long did you leave it on before you turned it off?
Oh, I left it on for at least an hour. It should have been starting at least.
And how many times have you been adding water?
Only today.
Today.
Because I told you he made me.
And how long did you leave it open for? Just.
Probably 2 minutes each.
Okay. All right. I want to figure out if there's an underlying problem. I know now that if I add water to, if I turn the boiler on right now, right? They hear the click. It's getting a signal from the thermostat to turn on, and this light on the low water cutoff will stay on, right? Because there's not enough water. Okay. Right. So we're going to manually add water. This will do it for us. This is an automatic feeder, which I also notice there's a graveyard of them here as well. There's another one.
Yeah, that one was replaced.
But why? But why was it replaced? Is the question.
The guy that did the replacements upstairs
for
the radiators, he's the one that said that this needed to be replaced.
But do you know why he said that?
Didn't say it. I didn't.
Yeah, I told your husband. Okay. All right, so we're going to manually add water, right? Forget about this one, but this is the valve here that we closed. And now water is coming straight down here and into the boiler, and then we're going to watch the water level. We're going to put it right around halfway, and see there's even a little mark there. Yeah. Right? We're going to put it halfway. This yellow light's going to go out, and then the boiler will fire up.
But if the light won't go off or it won't stop on its own, it has to be manually turned off?
The water?
Yeah, the water.
I'm just doing it now just for show and tell, basically. Okay. To show you how to do this, because I'm not a fan of these things. And I don't know why this other guy decided to replace this. I need more information. Yeah. If he replaced it because the boiler... Oh, there we go. So now we're almost, halfway, 3/4. Good. All right? You notice the yellow light went out. Mm-hmm. And in a few seconds, the boiler's going to come on. Hopefully. Okay. Or, 20 seconds or something like that. But it should. As long as the thermostat is still on, it should come on. If not, that's the damper opening.
Now, would you be able to replace that valve that doesn't belong there today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to.
Okay.
It's a safety concern.
Yeah.
The valve, the relief valve that's installed on your boiler, is used on a, what we call a hot water boiler or hydronic boiler. Let's say you had like baseboards throughout the house. That's the kind of relief valve it has, because it has higher pressure. And with the amount of water that we took out of the boiler, you theoretically have one, but it's not made for that. Yes. So let's notice what happened. You know, the damper opened. You heard a tick, 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 and then you heard this fan come on. Well, the fan came on first. You heard the tick, 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 and now we have ignition. Okay. Now the question is, did you have ignition? You know, prompting did you not have ignition? Oh, what caused me to be here? Besides you calling, right? I know you had no heat, but why is the question. Now, is it because the boiler was flooded with water and it had so much water it couldn't possibly heat up all that water? It's very possible. But is there something else? It would have been nice to know if.
Sometimes I don't know. Like you said, sometimes the ignition kind of turns off on it by itself. I don't know why.
Oh, that's there's always a reason for something. If I need more information, more data. Mm-hmm. So, like, if it turns off, is it turning off because it's supposed to, or is it turning off and it's not supposed to? And
it's turning off when it's not supposed to.
It could be more. It could be a couple of things. You could have a bad pilot assembly. You could have a bad electronic ignition module. You could have a bad gas valve, or there could be a safety sensor on the boiler. Like even this is called a fan in a can. This thing sucks in air from outside, and it gives that flame oxygen to burn. Right, because if you had a flame in a box, the flame's going to go out. The same thing like this. You need more air. Someone was smart enough to add this. So if this does not run, the boiler's not going to run. So that could also be a reason. So I need more data to see that. But if let's say we were sitting and all of a sudden the flame turned off and everything else checked out fine, now we can troubleshoot that. But I don't know what the cause of that is. The only thing I know is that the boiler had, I don't know, maybe way too much water. Let's say 4 gallons times 7. 35 gallons of extra water when normally it has like 4. That's a lot of water that it's trying to heat, and it's not going to make steam. But now I want to see the radiators, what they changed.
These. I don't know if those are these.
Did you pay him already?
Yeah, this was on last. No. 2 years ago, possibly. Yeah, probably 2 years ago in 2020.
That vent is called a coin key vent, and it goes on hot water heating system radiators or baseboard. You had a big round thing there before.
Yeah, and those were leaking.
Well, they were
old, and he says they're outdated. I don't know if that was true.
Was this guy like a plumber, or like how'd you find this guy?
He works for someone in heating. I don't know.
Maybe at the office.
Or I don't know.
All right, with that in place, you will never have heat out of the radiator because it's not for steam. It's not.
Oh really?
I'm not kidding you. I swear that is not for steam radiators. It's designed to. It's called a coin key. We use a coin key, which I have my key ring. But when we work on hot water boilers. You have steam, by the way. When we work on hot water boilers, you have pumps, circulators, and when we work on them, we have to drain the system down to, like, let's say, replace something on it, and then we have to get the air out. And we get the air out by bleeding radiators. You have a steam system. When the system is off, there's nothing but air inside all the piping and all the radiators and on top of the boiler. Right. There's water in the pot, like in the pot. There's water there, and everything else is all air. And when the steam comes on, it boils water, and the steam travels through the pipes. And if they leak water, the original ones, it could either be bad, or you could have a clog somewhere in the system, and the water is not making its way back to the boiler, so the steam pressure is going to force it out. Like things like that. But whatever radiator has that on there will never work. And I'll prove it to you, because I'll take one off, and then you'll see the steam come out.
Okay, you can take that one off.
Okay, how many of those do you have?
All around the house.
Oh man. Let's see, do I need to get a little wrench? Let me get a little wrench from downstairs, and I'll show you. Alright, let's take this radiator coin key vent off. And then we'll wait. But you could feel the steam coming out of there already. Come on. Get on there, buddy. Come on. All right. That's one. Two. Three. This is right on top of the boiler. We'll keep that open just a hair. The only reason that water is not all over the house and flooded out your house is because of those coin key vents. Because if you had real ones, with the amount of water you had in your system, well, you would have noticed, because as you're adding water, water would have been dripping from the ceiling. So, yeah. But we learned something new today. It's like, keep the water halfway.
I need to learn something.
I'm going to get the 2 more air vents. All right, that's 4. Didn't have any more angles. Straight 90. Problem solved. When were the coin key vents put in?
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, these?
Those, yeah. Those.
How did it work?
They do work, but they just take forever. Forever for the heat to turn on.
Wow. All right, we have a 15 psi relief valve there now, and we will open this back up so the automatic feed will work. And we are just about done. What do you think? All in a day's work. What did you think?
Pretty simple. A lot of water in that thing.
Damn!
I can only wonder why, because I kept filling it up.
Well, you heard him say, like, you know, my husband told me to.
2 minutes.
2 minutes!
Each.
If it wasn't for those coin key vents, Ashley would have been holding that valve open, right? Would have been dripping on her head.
Oh, for sure.
Like Chinese water torture.
For sure. And we took out 9 bucks. Well, almost 10.
No, we drained the boiler.
We didn't completely empty.
The correct answer was 8 buckets. For all of you who are guessing the steam bucket challenge, the answer is 8 buckets. If you guessed 8 buckets, email me, mike@mikeypipes.com, and I will send you a free Let's Go Bosch t-shirt. Free. No cost or obligation. You don't even have to pay for shipping, ladies and gentlemen, because I love you.
Calm down. They know. Calm yell at them.
Bow! Bow! I'm gonna beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
It's a good thing I'm not a stepchild.
I know.
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Be safe out there.
Be well. God bless. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance. Make sure you thumbs up the video. And most importantly, if you have $1 to give, check out the GoFundMe link down in the description box down below and help me defeat these South Korean fools.
It says 419 there?
Yeah. Let's go, Brandon. It says 419.
Yeah, but look at the sign up there. Oh, that's global. My bad.
Oh, it's global.
Oh, you're getting shafted.
That's global. Global's 409. Here I am paying 420. Look at that. All right, let's go, Brandon. Yeah. Not too bad. Only 92.92 to fill up. Let's go, Brandon.